we're going to look into neurodivergence. There's several people across the different platforms that have asked us to look into neurodivergence. Is there something specific about neurodivergence that makes them maybe more spiritually aware? Is there a purpose to it? So yeah, let's see if we can provide some answers. Yes. Okay.
What can you tell us?
Anthony. Okay.
Can it be called Anthony with neurodivergence?
No. He your writer?
What about Anthony Peake?
Okay.
What's that to do with it? You're going to say what he says, and I get that, but
What does he say?
anyone can read Anthony Peake.
Well, yeah, but I haven't, so what does he say?
He says it's about the doors of perception being wider open.
The what perception?
So, like your brain, I don't know exactly how he gets all technical, doesn't he? But that basically there's different things, one being temporal lobe epilepsy, schizophrenia, dementia, and then like the neurodivergence, something about some people who get migraines as well, I think he said.
Okay.
They all fall into this sort of category that makes it so that their brain is able to pick up on much more of reality. And he describes it as like the doors of perception.
Oh, doors of perception are more open.
More open, which he got from somebody else who'd wrote a book named that, I think. I mean, I might be wrong, but something along those lines.
So, are you saying that perspective is true? You are. So, neurodivergent people are more spiritually open in regards to their ability to perceive reality, maybe information.
And this is actually due to how their brain is
wired.
It's also like a biological thing then, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're born that way. You don't get it halfway through life. You are born.
So it's to do with how your brain is mechanically set out.
Yeah.
So you're referencing Anthony Peake to explain that is the right way of looking at it. It's not actually that they're chosen ones. It's more about the brain and the structure of the brain.
Okay.
No, that I actually quite like it now he said it.
So, because neurodivergent people are born this way, it's a purposeful thing. Well, I presume it's a purposeful thing, or was it just an accident? It just accidentally happened in like mutation of genes or something. Was it purposeful?
Went to 5 earlier.
Plain 5. That's test.
Was it purposeful?
Test. Can you explain what you mean by that? They emerged. Okay, what's next?
Are you trying to say facilitation?
They emerged from facilitation. Carry on.
What's that mean? They emerged from facilitation.
What does they emerged from facilitation mean? Emerged from facilitation refers to insight, solutions, decisions or new directions that arise organically from a group, rather than being imposed by a leader, pre-planned in an agenda or brought in by an expert. Are you trying to say that it's just a natural sort of organic process of the human. No. It wasn't like because they were messing about with DNA. Is that correct?
Read that again. What?
Emerged from facilitation refers to insight, solutions, decisions, or new directions that arise organically from a group, rather than being imposed by a leader, pre-planned in an agenda, or brought in by an expert. It is a core concept in emergent facilitation where the goal is to create a safe container for participants to share their whole selves, build trust, and collectively surface solutions that no single person could have created alone.
Did that just say share their whole selves?
Yeah, share their whole selves. It did. Emergence trusts that the group has the knowledge needed to solve their own problems given the right environment. Hang on. Because there is a big uptake, not uptake, but big, like, there's a lot of people who are becoming neurodivergent, who are being born neurodivergent. It's like there's this huge swell. Are you trying to say that basically the neurodivergence is happening more and more and more because it allows the human, it gives the human the ability to start breaking through this reality, this false reality, because if you link it back to Anthony Peake, with they have the capacity to see things on a bigger spectrum that maybe non-neurodivergent brains don't have. It's almost like it's a cheat code to be able to break free of the false reality.
Oh.
Am I saying that correctly? Yes.
I think
and that's why more and more people are being born with neurodivergence, because it almost feels like it's like this is kind of the only way that people are going to start being able to break free of this false reality, by having this bigger perception ability.
Yeah, it could. Like you said, it is that.
Because people think that,
it came on organically.
Organically. So it's not been imposed by somebody.
No, but it makes me wonder if this is a bit of their boo-boo.
Who's boo-boo?
By keeping us in this loop.
Hang on. You can talk, but I'm moving the bloody camera.
Yeah. By keeping us in this loop.
Yeah.
Have we organically, naturally evolved
to be able to get ourselves out of it?
To be, yeah.
Is that correct? So it is a type.
Boo-boo as well.
Yeah, it is their boo-boo. So it is basically a type of evolution, but a very strategic type of evolution to allow us to have the knowledge to start seeing through the veil, start seeing through this false reality. And maybe that's why so many people are fucking waking up now as well.
Yeah.
And because, I
do think there's still some truth, though, that neurodivergence has always been here, because they were around in the caveman days and they had specific jobs.
They
were few and far between.
Yeah, but now it's like every other person is neurodivergent.
Yeah, so now it's like we're all getting that ability.
Yeah.
Not ability, is it?
But also, it's genetic.
Yeah.
It's because I've got ADHD and my children do. It's almost now like basically all of humanity at some point is going to end up neurodivergent. Yeah. It's like the new.
I feel like I'm more autistic. I'm diagnosed with both, but
You're autistic.
Yeah, but though I say that, years ago I would have been more. I was so much more ADHD. Yeah. I'm more in my autistic era.
I'm in my autistic era.
Yeah, but no. 10 years ago, I was so ADHD.
Yeah.
I'm both, so...
But whereas it used to be that neurodivergence was the minority, it's getting to the point where neurodivergence is going to be the majority, but it's purposeful.
It's got a good
And if it's genetic, it is going to get to the point where the majority of humans on this planet are going to be neurodivergent. It is supposed to happen.
Yeah. So it's not an alien thing, like from other...
No, and it even says here, magic in the middle. It occurs when diverse perspectives are held together, allowing new patterns to surface from conflict or shared experience.
Oh, wow. There you go then. So a lot of people do think, though, that they're the neurodivergence is from other places, not from here. Is that not necessarily true? No.
Because it says here as well, it's like this emergent facilitation. So traditional facilitation would be, the goal would be to stick to the agenda. With the emergent facilitation, it is to serve the group's needs.
Yeah.
The outcome would have been predefined in traditional facilitation, whereas emergent facilitation, it unfolds organically. And the role in traditional facilitation would be to control the conversation, where in emergent facilitation, it is to hold the space and container.
Wow.
So, I mean, there are people that do think that this neurodivergence is linked to the jibby jabs of varying types and things that are put in the foods. Is there truth to that?
I've never been any different. I've always been the way I am.
I am. Well, you're born with it.
Yeah. So
you can't.
I've never felt that.
So, no, there's not truth to that. It's caused by the food and it's not caused by jibby jabs. No, there's not. No. Is there anything else that you want to say in regards to neurodivergence? Obviously, I just want to put caveat out there. If you're not neurodivergent, it doesn't mean that you're less awake and aware.
No, it doesn't, and
that's a big caveat. I don't want people thinking I'm neurodivergent, I'm special. No, it's you're still spiritually awake and aware.
It's not limited.
I just think when you're born with neurodivergence, you don't have maybe as much of a long process to start seeing through things. I think maybe it's that. It just makes it slightly easier. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're not saying that people are special just because they got neurodivergence, because I'm not for that. Not. I mean, I've got ADHD, but I don't put myself above anyone just because I get ADHD. In fact, it's a hindrance more than anything in my life. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
No, I'm glad you said that, because that annoys me, that does.
Yeah, it annoys me, because I'm
I am neurodivergent, so
yeah.
why would it annoy me, but it does.
But